There's a certain thrill in the unknown. The allure of abandoned places is undeniable, drawing us in with their mysterious charm and haunting beauty. These forgotten locations, left to the ravages of time, hold a unique fascination for many. They stand as silent witnesses to the past, each with its own story to tell, a pull towards places lost to time. These sites, often hidden away from the hustle and bustle of modern life, offer a glimpse into a world that once was. They are like time capsules, preserving moments from history that would otherwise be forgotten. The overgrown fields and rusted signposts are not just remnants, they are markers of human presence and activity, now reclaimed by nature. Abandoned places like forgotten relics whisper stories of the past. Walking through the decaying interiors with peeling paint and broken windows, one can't help but imagine the lives that once filled these spaces. The old furniture and debris tell tales of everyday life, now frozen in time. Each room, each corner holds a piece of history waiting to be discovered. They offer glimpses into bygone eras. The vintage military equipment and weathered maps are not just artifacts. They are links to a past filled with stories of bravery, strategy, and survival. These items, left behind in a state of dereliction, speak volumes about the people who once used them and the events they witnessed. We feel it standing in deserted hospitals, crumbling factories, or overgrown amusement parks. Each of these places, now silent and abandoned, was once filled with life and activity. The empty hospital corridors, the rusted machinery in the factories, and the overgrown rides in the amusement parks all tell stories of human endeavor, joy, and sorrow. They are reminders of the impermanence of our creations. These places pique our curiosity. The padlocked gates and overgrown paths invite us to explore, to uncover the secrets hidden within. They challenge us to look beyond the surface and to imagine the stories that lie beneath. The abandoned military bases in particular hold a special fascination, with their promise of untold stories of conflict and camaraderie. We wonder, what happened here? The graffiti-covered walls and broken windows are like open books, inviting us to read between the lines. They make us question the events that led to the abandonment, the people who once called these places home, and the reasons they left. Each mark, each broken piece, is a clue to a larger story. Who were the people who walked these halls? The old photographs and forgotten uniforms are poignant reminders of the human presence that once filled these spaces. They make us think about the lives that were lived here, the dreams and aspirations, the joys and sorrows. They connect us to the past in a deeply personal way. Why was this place left behind? The overgrown paths and rusted vehicles are silent witnesses to the passage of time. They make us question the reasons for the abandonment, the events that led to it, and the stories that were left unfinished. They are reminders of the transient nature of human endeavors. The silence is often deafening. In the empty hallways and silent courtyards, the absence of sound is a powerful presence. It makes us acutely aware of the passage of time and the impermanence of our creations. The broken benches and echoing hallways are like silent witnesses, reminding us of the lives that once filled these spaces. It allows our imaginations to run wild. The tattered journals and empty rooms are like blank canvases, inviting us to fill in the blanks with our own stories. They make us think about the people who once used these spaces, their thoughts and feelings, their hopes and dreams. They connect us to the past in a deeply personal way. We envision the lives that once filled these spaces. The faded photos and scattered belongings are poignant reminders of the human presence that once filled these spaces. They make us think about the lives that were lived here, the dreams and aspirations, the joys and sorrows. They connect us to the past in a deeply personal way. We feel a connection to the past, a sense of adventure and mystery. The explorers who venture into these abandoned places are like modern-day archaeologists, uncovering the secrets of the past. They remind us of the thrill of discovery, the excitement of uncovering hidden stories, and the sense of connection to a world that once was. There's perhaps no place more intriguing than an abandoned military base. These fortresses, once teeming with activity, now stand silent. They hold secrets of war and peace, victory and defeat. They are reminders of the human capacity for both destruction and resilience. These fortresses, once teeming with activity, now stand silent. The empty barracks and deserted command centers are like ghostly reminders of a past filled with activity and purpose. They make us think about the people who once lived and worked here, their hopes and fears, their triumphs and defeats. They hold secrets of war and peace, victory and defeat. The weathered medals and overgrown memorials are poignant reminders of the sacrifices made and the lives lost. They make us think about the human cost of conflict, the bravery and resilience of those who fought, and the enduring impact of their actions. They connect us to the past in a deeply personal way, reminding us of the importance of remembering and honoring those who came before us. Military bases are the backbone of a nation's defense. They serve as the first line of protection against potential threats and are crucial in maintaining national security. These bases are strategically located to provide maximum coverage and rapid response capabilities. They are not just physical structures but symbols of a nation's strength and readiness to defend its sovereignty. They are strategically placed symbols of power and protection. Each base is meticulously planned and constructed to serve specific strategic purposes, whether it be for training, logistics, or direct defense. The location of these bases is often chosen based on geopolitical considerations, ensuring that they can effectively counter any potential threats. Inside their secured perimeters, soldiers train, weapons are developed, and strategies are formed. These bases are hubs of activity where military personnel hone their skills, conduct exercises, and prepare for various scenarios. The development of new technologies and weapons systems often takes place within these secure environments, pushing the boundaries of innovation and defense capabilities. These bases are more than just concrete structures, they are communities. Within their confines, military families live, work, and support each other. The sense of camaraderie and shared purpose is palpable, creating a unique environment where bonds are forged and lifelong friendships are made. They house families, foster camaraderie, and witness the sacrifices of service members. The daily lives of those stationed at these bases are filled with routines, challenges, and moments of pride. The playgrounds and recreational areas, now overgrown and abandoned, once echoed with the laughter of children and the hustle of community events. The history of a nation is often intertwined with the history of its military bases. These installations have played pivotal roles in significant historical events, from world wars to peacekeeping missions. The plaques and signs that now stand as silent witnesses tell stories of bravery, sacrifice, and the relentless pursuit of peace. They have witnessed technological advancements, from the first airplanes to sophisticated drones. The evolution of military technology is evident in the remnants left behind. Old aircraft and outdated equipment serve as reminders of the rapid pace of innovation and the continuous quest for superiority in defense capabilities. Each base holds within its walls stories of bravery, innovation, and the ever-evolving face of warfare. The names etched on memorial plaques and the maps in empty briefing rooms are testaments to the countless hours of planning, the lives lost, and the victories achieved. These stories are an integral part of the nation's heritage. But what happens when these bastions of defense are no longer needed? As time passes and geopolitical landscapes shift, some military bases are decommissioned and abandoned. Nature begins to reclaim these once bustling hubs of activity, and the structures that once stood as symbols of strength slowly decay. The future of these sites varies. Some are preserved as historical landmarks, while others fade into obscurity, leaving behind only memories and remnants of their past glory. The life cycle of a military base is rarely constant. These once bustling hubs of activity, filled with the sounds of drills, the hum of machinery, and the footsteps of soldiers, can become eerily silent over time. Bases are decommissioned for various reasons. Sometimes, strategic shifts in military priorities necessitate the closure of a base. Other times, it's the result of budget cuts, or the advent of new technologies that render old facilities obsolete. Shifting geopolitical landscapes, advances in technology, or economic constraints can render a base obsolete. The equipment that once represented the cutting edge of military might now stand as relics of a bygone era. The decision to abandon a base is never taken lightly. It involves careful consideration of numerous factors, including the potential impact on national security and the local economy. Closure impacts not only the military personnel stationed there, but also the surrounding communities. Local businesses that thrived on the patronage of soldiers and their families often face significant challenges. Economies reliant on the base suffer. The ripple effects can be felt throughout the community, from schools to healthcare facilities. As the steady stream of income and activity dries up, the once vibrant heart of a community falls silent. Streets that were once filled with the laughter of children and the hustle and bustle of daily life become quiet and desolate. Over time, nature reclaims these spaces, Trees and plants begin to grow through cracks in the pavement, and wildlife starts to inhabit the abandoned buildings. Buildings crumble, vegetation overgrows, and the sounds of nature replace the hum of activity. The once meticulously maintained grounds become wild and untamed. It's a poignant reminder of the passage of time and the transient nature of even the most imposing structures. These abandoned bases stand as silent witnesses to history, slowly being reclaimed by the earth. RAF Bentwaters, nestled in the Suffolk countryside of England, stands as a stark reminder of the Cold War. Once a bustling hub for the United States Air Force, it played a crucial role in NATO's defense strategy against the Soviet Union. The base was decommissioned in 1993, leaving behind an eerie silence in place of the roar of jet engines. Today, the crumbling buildings and deserted runways paint a picture of forgotten strength. Visitors claim to feel a lingering energy, a sense of unease that permeates the air. RAF Bentwaters is perhaps most famous for the Rendlesham Forest incident of December 1980. This event, often dubbed Britain's Roswell, involved reported sightings of strange lights in the nearby Rendlesham Forest by U.S. military personnel stationed at the base. Descriptions of the event vary, with some witnesses claiming to have seen a craft land and others describing beams of light and unusual symbols. The incident remains unexplained to this day, fueling conspiracy theories and attracting paranormal enthusiasts from around the world. Deep within the Mojave Desert lies Edwards Air Force Base, a sprawling complex forever linked to the history of aviation and space exploration. Established in the 1930s, Edwards has been a proving ground for some of the most iconic aircraft ever flown. While still an active base, certain areas of Edwards have been abandoned, left to the elements and the whispers of history. These derelict sites offer a glimpse into the past, with decaying wind tunnels and abandoned testing facilities standing as silent testaments to human ingenuity. Edwards Air Force Base is shrouded in a veil of secrecy, fueling rumors of covert operations and experimental aircraft. Stories abound of strange lights in the sky and unexplained sonic booms that have echoed across the desert for decades. Some speculate that Edwards is home to Area 51's lesser-known cousin, a secret facility where captured extraterrestrial craft are reverse-engineered. While no concrete evidence supports these claims, the remote location and clandestine nature of some operations at Edwards continue to fuel speculation. Beneath the waves off the coast of Saint-Nazaire, France, lies a submerged relic of World War II, the remnants of a massive German U-boat base. This imposing concrete structure, once a hive of activity for the German Kriegsmarine, is now a haunting underwater graveyard. The base, constructed during the Nazi occupation of France, was designed to house and protect Germany's deadly U-boat fleet. After the war, the base was partially destroyed by Allied forces and eventually abandoned, sinking beneath the Atlantic tides. The murky depths surrounding the subbase Saint-Nazaire hold untold stories. Divers exploring the wreckage report feelings of unease and a sense of being watched. Legends persist of secret tunnels leading from the base to the mainland, rumored to have been used for smuggling and espionage. Some believe that the base's labyrinthine interior may still hold classified documents and artifacts from the war. The challenges of exploring this underwater time capsule, however, keep most stories confined to the realm of speculation.